Now that the FBI is cleared out, we're able to get on the farm show grounds where the rally happened. Where I'm standing right now is pretty much exactly where former President Trump was when he was shot. It's eerie being out here, knowing what happened, knowing that a man lost his life close to here, 2 people seriously injured. But perhaps what is most striking is that the building right there, that the gunman was able to climb up on top of and fire those shots, that it's so close to where I'm standing, only about 400 feet away. The law enforcement failures did not just begin the day of the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. They began weeks before. A law enforcement source tells NewsNation the security plan developed by the Secret Service was flawed. A source says the building the gunman climbed on top of to shoot President Trump was supposed to be secured by local police. And there was even a star on the plan, explicitly indicating it was the local police department that was responsible for securing the building, despite it being so close to where the president was speaking. The sources tell NewsNation the Secret Service did not show up for the final planning meeting, and their perimeter was too small. Butler Township Police Department is a small department. There's only about 12 full-time officers, and we've learned that they're short-staffed. The chief retired, and there's actually a lieutenant in charge right now. And sources close to the department tell us that they were shocked when they found out they wouldn't be doing traffic for the former president's event, but instead would be in charge of securing the building. Staffing concerns have come up again and again. The Trump campaign had asked the Secret Service for beefed up security in the past, and NewsNation has learned the day of the rally, the Secret Service requested an additional police unit outside the building, but Butler Township said they didn't have one. And during the rally, a source says the local police officers were inside the building, not keeping an eye on the roof. Both federal and local sources agree that local officers were on the roof briefly, but because of the heat, moved down to the ground. Another team of local officers was doing surveillance from inside the building through a window. Sources have said since the beginning that there were communication issues, but it appears it's even worse than we realized. The House Committee on Homeland Security says they've discovered that the Secret Service and local police were not even able to communicate over their radios.
And normally, they put a person from the locals in the Secret Service area. Today, the locals shared with us that they were not allowed to have anybody in there. So that makes you want to dig a little further, right? And in terms of radio communications, from what we could tell today, and we need to get some clarity, some granularity on this, there was very limited communication between the locals or the outer perimeter and the inner perimeter.
There he is.
It appears it was people at the rally who spotted the gunman even before police. When did you first notice the shooter?
We noticed the shooter because people to my left of us the guys were talking that they were seeing someone on the rooftop.
A minute or two before the shooting, saw a guy, gray shirt, climbing up the metal roof on the building right beside us, and didn't know what he was doing, trying to alert cops and police that there was a guy crawling on the roof. And then we saw a rifle sling over his shoulder.
I don't know why they were waiting so long to take this guy out, but they were positioned doing what they were doing, and we went on listening to Donald Trump speak.
So why didn't the Secret Service snipers take out the gunman before he started firing? NewsNation obtaining this photo with a timestamp of 6:04 p.m., 7 minutes before the shooting, and you see snipers looking in the direction of the gunman. We also obtained a photo from 5:41, even earlier, that shows snipers looking at the roof. Sources within the Secret Service say the working theory right now is the sniper did not initially shoot Thomas Crooks because the sniper thought Crooks was a police officer on the roof, which makes sense considering the original security plan indicated a local police officer was supposed to be securing the roof.
Okay, and then this is his bike with the stuff.
But still, so many warning signs were missed. Body camera video after the shooting shows the confusion on the roof where Secret Service and local police talk near the dead gunman.
So this is the guy
Yes, that they sent yes, Beaver County Sniper Scene and sent the picture out. This is him.
Okay, all right.
Rifle's right there, obviously.
Got it. So the bike in the back, is he on that bike?
We don't know.
We don't know. So
I
you're
don't
just
know.
treating that as suspicious device.
A congressional source briefed on the matter tells NewsNation the shooter visited the rally site a few days before to scope it out. He initially set off a metal detector at the rally because he had a rangefinder. The source says 62 minutes elapsed between the time the shooter was photographed as being suspicious and when he fired the shots, and 20 minutes elapsed between the time he was spotted by snipers and when he fired the shots.
On July 13th, we failed.
The Secret Service director says they were told about a suspicious person 2 to 5 times before the shooting, but had no indication he had a weapon. And we know he even flew a drone over the site ahead of the rally. The big question, how is it possible it was members of the public who spotted Crooks with a gun even before federal and local law enforcement?
People were staring and showing us that there seemed to be a figurine or somebody on one of the roofs to the left of us.
Sources tell NewsNation one of the biggest issues is that the security perimeter established by the Secret Service was too small and not secure. NewsNation obtaining this photo that shows people outside the perimeter partying along the fence line during the rally. Some experts argue that allowing spectators to be so close to the fence with an eye shot of the president shows just how lax security was.